Business Leaders December 5th meeting, which happens to be our unique meeting of the month. My name is Geneviève Johnson, and I'm the club president. Before we begin, I'd like to advise our distinguished guests that all first-time guests will have the opportunity to share the impressions at the end of this meeting. Please remain with us until the end of the meeting. Only lasts 1 little hour. Welcome again, and thank you for joining today. Now I'd like to continue by stating the club's mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I think today's meeting will be a little bit shorter because we only have one prepared speech. Therefore, I'd like to take this opportunity to share with you my reflection on today's theme, the gift of gratitude. And I'd say that gratitude is a powerful force that brings harmony and connection in our lives. It's amazing how it can help us rise above the small squabbles of daily life and focus on what really matters. In the world where misunderstanding and squabbles can easily steal our energy, gratitude reminds us of how we can pause and appreciate the kindness, support, and moments of joy we often take for granted. And for our guests, you have the opportunity to experience how we can share and support one another during a Toastmasters meeting. Gratitude is a gift that costs nothing but yield endless rewards. Let's embrace this theme by showing appreciation for one another's contribution and celebrating the spirit of learning and growth that defines Toastmasters. Together, we'll make this meeting a memorable expression of gratitude. Now, let's get started with the core of our program. I'd like to introduce the person who will be leading us through the entire meeting. I'm the president, but the leader of this meeting is truly the Toastmaster of the day. And today our Toastmaster is one of the pillars of the club, a prolific author, health and entrepreneur coach, and founder of Being Elevated Lifestyle. I'd like to encourage each one of you to visit her page. She has such tremendous and wonderful information to help you keep healthy. She loves to help people to live happier and healthier and wealthier lifestyle. The hobby of our Toastmaster of the Day includes meeting interesting people, traveling, exploring exotic cuisine. Her wellness routine includes daily core strengthening exercises, running and weightlifting, wow, etc. She's also a mentor to several members of the club, including myself. I'm kind of her informal mentee. Mm-hmm. She's 3-time DTM, and I'd like to prompt you to search or research on what DTM stands for. This is for our guests. She's also a district public relations manager and our club's vice president for public relations. Please help me welcome DTM Harelda Hachai King. Harelda, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to Toastmasters. Welcome to Global Business Leaders, where we help you become better in your communication and leadership. If you're new today, like our two guests, or if you're seasoned, like our members, we have a good time. We learn, we grow, we laugh. Sometimes we cry in the 1 hour. But mostly importantly, it's a community. That means that we're here to support each other. That means we have speakers, we have many roles available, we have a theme, and we have fun. So today's theme is the gift of gratitude. And when I think about the gift of gratitude, what do I think of? I think of Thanksgiving and I think of Christmas. Giving, Christmas, gratitude, Thanksgiving. And smack that's today, right in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we are celebrating and practicing the gift of gratitude. That just simply means giving cheers, giving high fives, giving smiles, giving love. So when we speak in Toastmasters, we always applaud. We use our hands to applaud, or we can use our emojis because it's an encouraging environment where we practice to become better. And we're all at different stages of learning, and we learn from each other as we go along. In today's presentation, we have one prepared speaker. We have one evaluator. I was supposed to give a speech, but I changed my mind. We have a table topic master, a general evaluator, and many other roles. And so I wanted to try something new. I thought we could warm each other up a little bit by just going around the room and share 10 to 20 seconds. Introduce yourself and tell us what is new. And I'm going to start off with Alan because he loves food. So Alan, what is new all other than food?
Alan's on mute.
You're muted.
We can't hear you, Alan.
Still can't hear
Alan,
you.
you're muted.
Is he hearing us? Probably he's having an issue with his computer.
He can hear us. He might have a double mute or something.
There we
Whoever
go.
wants to get started.
Yeah, so what's new for me is this little kitten right here. We just got her a couple of weeks ago. And she is exploring the room that I'm in.
What's her
Get
name?
herself into trouble and there's stuff in her mouth that she's not supposed to be putting in her mouth. That's my new stuff. I gotta turn my camera on. Yeah. Thank you.
We'll keep it going, so you guys can keep going. I guess we like to be called on in this club. So Carrie, what's new?
Let's see. What's new is I finally busted out my mother's wedding china for Thanksgiving. We hosted, and for the first time ever that I can recall, we used the china. Now, my mother got married, I want to say about 55 years ago. So this china hasn't been used in my memory. So I was glad to pull it out, and even the little kids got to have the good china, and it wasn't about being precious. It was about, enjoying the gifts that you've been given. So that's new for me. I would like to popcorn over to Ade and tell us what's new in your life.
Okay, what's new? I got myself a new non-stick pot. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you for the Christmas. I'm going to use it to cook dinner for guests during the Christmas period. So I just got it and they brought it yesterday. So that's the latest and the newest.
Should I go? What's new in my life? I'm trying to enjoy my new status of retiree. I'm not quite used to it yet, so I've been traveling. But the thing is, for the first time in a while, I have not received any year-end bonus. So it's a little bit awkward with that package that allowed me in the past to be generous and provide gifts and give money to people around me. I have to think about my finances and think about generosity in a different way. This is what's new in my life.
Bernadette, what's new?
You're muted.
You're on mute.
Good afternoon, everyone. What is new in my life is not pleasant at all. I lost my daughter exactly a year ago.
Oh.
So this is new, very new. It's not been a joke. It's not easy, but I'm hanging in and I'm leaning on the Lord. It's not a joke. This is what is new in my life. Thank you.
We're sending you hugs, Bernadette.
Yeah.
Grace, what is new?
Hello.
Hello.
No big news, but I'm trying to figure out because I am single mom with 2 children, so it's a new for me.
You get used to it.
Wonderful. Colette, what is new?
The news for me is to participate in the Toastmaster today. I like it.
Wonderful. And what is new is me practicing this newness. I went to a club and I saw how they open up their club, asking everybody what is new, what is happening. And I thought it would be a nice way to warm us up and get us going, get us feel connected. We may cry, we may laugh, maybe it's joy, but it's just a nice way to warm up. So hopefully we practice some newness. All right, so we're jumping right into our meeting continuously. I'm going to introduce you to our general evaluator today, who is Genevieve Johnson, and she will introduce her team of people. Genevieve?
Thank you. Oh, am I muted? Yeah. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. For the benefits of our guests, I'll present the role of the general evaluator. The general evaluator during a Toastmasters meeting is the person who helps assess how our meeting went from the preparation to the end of the evaluation. You will understand what I mean when we start the meeting and with the prepared speeches and everything you experience. So the evaluation is really the backbone of the Toastmasters learning model. And it helps, as I said, all the speakers understand what they did and how they can improve. I'll be asked to be the general evaluator, but I'm not the one who will be doing the job. I have with me a team of valuable members, a team of seasoned Toastmasters who will be helping me with the reports. So the first member of my team I'd like to call is the accountant. I'm not sure if Magla's been able to join, but otherwise, Alan, would you mind introducing the role of accountant?
Yeah. Hi, thank you, Madam General Evaluator. As the ARC Council, my role will be to assess how well we manage using crutch words such as and and so's as we transition to and speak during our speeches and deliveries. That's one. So we sorry, the cat is scratching me. I'm a bit distracted.
New friend.
So right, that's 4. We will, that's my role, and I will help make sure that we give that report at the end of the meeting so that we can all improve and be more conscious of how we speak when giving our speeches. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Mr. Accountant. Now it's the turn of our grammarian to introduce her role and provide the word of the day. Madam Grammarian Carey, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests today. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all of the speakers. I will be listening carefully for language usage, and I will take note of any improper language which isn't to say, you know, bad words, but, you know, improper grammar. And also note any outstanding words or quotes or sayings or thoughts. And of course, as the grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day, and you will also see that word of the day in the chat. The word of the day is squabble, and it is an intransitive verb, and it means to engage in bad-tempered argument. It's always over a trivial or unimportant matter. So it's not like full-on thoughtful argument, it's squabbling over little things. And an example for that is the children squabbled over which movie to watch. And I know it seems like a very curious choice of word for a meeting focused on gratitude. I want to explain to you how it came to be. I have a 4-year-old, and she watches cartoons only on weekends, and I wasn't paying attention when she was watching Bluey, but it really struck her that the parents of the cartoon characters were squabbling. So she learned the word squabble and the context from them. And in the car the other day, she made a comment and I disagreed with her. And she said, "Mommy, we're squabbling." And it was perfectly correct. And I was really impressed. So I gave her, you know, complete and utter reinforcement of like good use of the word in the right context. And now she tries it in a lot of places. It doesn't always work, but she knows that that the right word to use at the right time can be really fun. So I wanted to bring a little bit of joy into the squabble, as it were, and, you know, reflect that often when you squabble, it's over things you really are ultimately grateful for. Like I've squabbled with my siblings over toys, but we had toys to play with, or which channel to watch on TV. But the fact is that we had a TV to watch. So there is a lot of gratitude underlying the squabble. So thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, for letting me put my own personal stamp onto the word of the day today.
Thank you very much, Madam Grammarian, and thank you to your 4-year-old princess who allowed us to learn a new word today, squabbling. And if I may, I'd like you to repeat to paste again that word, the explanation definition into the chat box for people who just joined us to be able to read it. And please feel free to use it every time you have the floor. It's a bit challenging. I'll try myself, but we'll see. Thank you very much. Now it's the time for our timer to introduce her role and explain what this entails. Madam Timer, Bernadette, please explain your role.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. As the timer for this session, my role is to help ensure that every speaker adheres to their allotted time. In Toastmasters, we value effective communication, and timing is a critical part of that. Whether you're delivering a speech, responding to table topic, or giving an evaluation, staying within the time limits allotted to you shows respect for your audience and fellow participants. I will be signaling you with 3 colors to help manage your time. The green means you've reached the minimum time. The yellow means you are approaching the maximum time. And the red means your time is up and it's about time to conclude, and you have 30 seconds to conclude. Toastmasters, we avoid squabbles with the timer by keeping a close eye on these signals and wrapping up on time. Let's work together to maintain a smooth and timely meeting. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish all of you a pleasant session. Over to you, Mrs. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Madam Timer. So we all understand. Let's be quick so that you not be pinned by our timer. We have a guest. We'll listen to you at the end. Welcome. Thank you for joining us, Bahati Ndanze. Thank you. Now let's continue with our Speech evaluator, last but not least, we are doubling role here. So, Alan, would you mind explaining what your role entails as a speech evaluator?
It's 30 months. So August to September.
My role as a speech evaluator is to provide feedback to our prepared speaker and give her that constructive criticism so that we let her know what she did well, what maybe might need some improvements, and even give suggestions on how she can elevate her speech deliveries in any of her future speeches.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This concludes the role presentation. And at the end of the meeting, I'll call back my team members to provide their report, and our guests will understand what they did. Thank you very much for listening, and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests. If you're visiting, I want to invite you to turn your camera on. We love seeing your faces. And it says to the speaker that you're engaged and that you're listening and you're supporting. In Toastmasters, we practice communication. And today we have one prepared speaker followed by table topics and our reports. But there was absolutely no squabble when I chose the name, The Gift of Gratitude. And I hope that she will give you a gift of gratitude in her speech. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, our speaker today hails from the UK. She has an engineering mind, as I recall. She's the secretary of our club, and she's working steadily with absolutely no squabbling to ascend to greatness as a speaker. In her speech title today, she will share with us about the power of stepping outside of your zone, your comfort zone. Would you, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please help me with it? Help me welcome Ade Odoyi to the podium.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Let me start by asking you a question. When was the last time you step out of your comfort zone? For some, it might be that they have been the moment you attended your first Toastmaster meeting. For others, it could have been given a speech, or perhaps simply raising your hand to speak in front of a group or congregation. For me, that moment came when I decided to take the lead and join Toastmaster. You see, for a very long time, I have been comfortable. I had my routine, my circle of people, and the same way of doing things. But something was missing. I realized that in staying comfortable, I wasn't growing. I wasn't challenging myself. And worst of all, I was letting fear dictate my actions. Public speaking was one of those fears. Like many, I would avoid it at all costs. In meetings, I hope no one could call me. In social gathering, I'll stick to the back, quietly hoping to blend in. But then I had an epiphany. If I wanted to grow personally and professionally, I needed to challenge this fear head on. And that was what made me to join the GBL Toastmaster. Toastmaster, as you all know, is a place where we learn not only to speak, but connect. And there are a lot of verbs within Toastmasters. To share stories, to inspire each other. Every time someone presents a speech here, they are stepping out of their comfort zone. And in doing so, they are growing, they are developing. What's remarkable is that growth doesn't just happen when we give speeches. It happens when we listen, when we give feedback to others, and when we celebrate each other's progress. On this Zoom today, we are not just learning to speak, we are learning to become better versions of ourselves. We gain confidence, we build resilience, And most importantly, we support each other. Every well done and every keep going remind us that we are not alone in this journey. So this evening, I am presenting my speech. I'm a little bit nervous, but excited. Even do a little bit of squabbles, because stepping up to present is a reminder of how I've come. It's a celebration of the fact that I decided to face the fear, take on the challenge, and embrace the discomfort of growth. And now, I am challenging each one of you. What's the next step outside of your comfort zone? Whether it's taking a leadership role, giving a challenging speech, or maybe even mentoring someone, I encourage you to embrace that challenge, because the magic truly happens when we dare to go beyond what is comfortable. Thank you, fellow Toastmaster, for this incredible journey, for pushing me to grow, and for being part of a community where we all step out of our comfort zone together. Let's continue to inspire, encourage, and lift each other up as we keep moving forward. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ade. Did you see how much she grew in that speech? And stepped out of her comfort zone? And in a pretty sweater? Oh my gosh. That is why we gotta love Toastmasters, because you never know what you will get. Absolutely no squabbling in this lovely great gift of gratitude. We practice our impromptu speaking. We will hear how well did Ade speak later on from her evaluator, Alan. But in the meantime, we practice our impromptu speaking. Impromptu speaking is where our speaker randomly asks a question and choose any person in the room. Leading us off today is Carrie Holman as our table topics master. Take it away.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I am happy to be your table topics master because I am going to lead you in doing one of my favorite little exercises. And it's not an exercise, it's a little game that I think is really funny. This game is called Balderdash. Now, there are many ways you can play it, but the idea being is that I have a pack of cards, and they have all these weird and unusual words in them. And I don't know what most of those words mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the word and you make up a definition for it. And then you give us your definition, and then I'll turn the card over and see what the real definition is and see how close you came. And I have so many words. Everybody gets to have their own word. You can have 2 words if you want. Or if you think a word is especially funny, more than one person can give a definition. We can all play the game. But I am going to start off with one word, and I'm going to start also with our Toastmaster of the Day to let her take a moment to think about what a Xander might be. Xander, Z-A-N-D-E-R. What do you think a Xander should be?
Is Xander. There's not too many letters that begin with the letter Z. So when you get all the way to the end of the alphabet, what should a Xander be? A Xander comes from Ender, which comes from And what does it mean? Xander. It sounds like something exciting. Xander. I have no clue. Xander. Xander probably just means happy, because I am happy.
That's a wonderful definition for Xander. And I do wonder if you might be happy if you had a Xander, because apparently a Xander is a fish, a European perch related to the wall-eyed pike. So maybe if you like fish, you would have a Xander and you would be happy.
See? I'm happy because I chose Xander, my fish.
Exactly. All right. Ade, since you gave such a wonderful talk, I would like to also ask you to give us a little more of your discomfort zone and tell us what you think a goulos is? G-O-O-L-O-S. A goulos.
G-O-O-L-U-S.
L-O-S. Yeah, I don't actually know until I turn the card over. I have no idea either. You can make it whatever you want.
Goulos. I think it's a cultural thing. I'm not too well, I'm gonna scrabble a little bit, but I think it's a cultural team.
Okay, a cultural team. Let's
Yeah.
see what the card says. The card tells me that a game of tag in which one cannot be tagged if one exclaims the word goulas. I guess that's a get out of jail free card. Nobody can tag you if you're playing tag. You yell, goulas.
Yeah, I know I did scrabble a little bit, but
Okay, Toastmaster Alan, I would love to hear what you think the definition of the word funting is. F-U-N-T-I-N-G, funting. What do you think that should mean?
So, I think one of the things they're contemplating now.
Thank you, Madam Table Topics Master. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So the word funting, you said, funting. I would say it's and I apologize to all women here, but our local parlance back in Trinidad, sometimes we call the opposite sex things. It doesn't really mean to be derogatory. It's just the way we speak. So in saying a fun thing, I would say it's a very entertaining and happy woman, and that we are always cherished to be in that person's presence because it brings us such joy and gratitude. And there's no way we can squabble over that definition, Madam Table Topics Master. I'm confident that is what it is. Thank you.
Thank you,
Prove me wrong.
Toastmaster Alan. That's a wonderful definition of funting. I like it much better than the one that the card gives me. When I turn the card over, it tells me that funting is a durable white Chinese porcelain. That's not nearly as fun.
Wow.
Well, Toastmaster guest Colette, may I call on you? I would like to know what you think a good definition should be for the word schuper, S-C-H-U-P-E-R. What do you think a schuper should be?
You're muted.
You don't have to know, you make it up. Everybody makes this up because nobody knows these. You can make up something as silly as you want. Go ahead and take yourself off mute so we can hear you.
Ton micro, s'il te plaît.
Tu devrais bien m'aider.
Can do anything. The fun is about that. Just anything can work.
Bon, donc, elle me redise le mot, je vais voir.
Say it in English, please.
English. En fait, je n'ai pas bien compris le mot qu'elle a dit. Je vais noter.
Okay, she'd like you to repeat the word again, Kerry.
The word again, yes.
The word is schuper, S-C-H-U-P-E-R.
You have to make up the definition.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be right. It shouldn't be right. It should be something silly.
Schuper, chuper. What can I say?
Anything.
Anything.
No squabbling about. If I may, let me help. Tu inventes une définition.
Oui, mais pour inventer la définition, au moins que je connaisse la racine et tout ça.
Non, tu inventes n'importe quoi. C'est toi qui inventes ta définition. So say something. Will work, yeah.
OK. Personne vous... comment le dire? En fait, j'ai tellement de mal à parler anglais.
Try anything will do. Don't worry.
Person who,
do it in French.
person who
You
is,
can
who
translate.
is happy. I don't know, person who is happy.
Super, yes, I like that.
Yeah, that's a wonderful idea. Apparently, if you believe the card, the Schuper is just a large beer stein. I don't know why. Apparently, if you're probably German, is my guess, then you would know what a Schuper might be. But I am not German, so it's a mystery to me as well. So I'll go ahead and take one on too, since I know that you guys don't want to have to do all the work. There is a word on my card, which I have not got the definition of, and it's called turkasot. Turkasott. Turkasot. Well, I know that sot is a slang word for somebody who drinks a lot, and Turk sounds like turkey, and when I think of drinking in Turkey, I think of coffee. So I'm gonna guess that a turkasot is somebody who drinks lots of coffee. Let's see what happens. When I flip the card over, a turkasot is an affliction affecting a cow's back. So maybe if you have a cow and it has a sore, it's called a turkasot. It's not somebody who drinks a lot of coffee.
This is so fun.
I know. Do we, Madam Timer, I don't know how much time we have left.
You can go on. I think it's only green.
Excellent. Well, next then I would like to invite Grace to join us with a definition for a very silly word. The word being Cordax, Cordax. What do you want a Cordax to be?
Okay. Cordax, it sounds for me like medicine. So it's for headache.
A medicine for headache? Excellent. I like that. See that? Cordax. Okay, so when I flip the card over, Cordax is apparently an ancient Greek dance performed by nude dancers.
Oh my God.
Okay. It might give you a headache. It might relieve a headache. I don't know. Could be. Could be. I think it's well. And I see that our friend Maglore has been able to join us today. Maglore, are you able to connect and communicate with us and do one of our game pieces? I can't tell. Maglore, are you able to join? I see that they are logged in, but I can't tell if they can hear us or not.
Nati, danser.
Okay. Bahati, Danse, may I invite you to turn off your mute and join us and think about the word fardo, Fardo. What do you think a fardo is?
Like a folder? I would guess a folder. It sounds like the word folder.
Oh, that's
and in French, fardeau is, I think, folder.
Oh, okay. So when I turn my card over and look at fardo, apparently a fardo is a bundle of tobacco weighing 33.5 pounds. I mean, almost like a folder. Yeah. I would like to think. Okay, well, thank you everybody for playing along with me.
Thank you.
This is definitely a test of your ability to be on the spot and able to think on your feet, and that's part of what we train for, and this is just a fun way to train. So I will go ahead and return to the table topics, to the topics master of the day. Let me rephrase that. To the Toastmaster of the day. Madam Toastmaster, please.
Thank you, Carrie, for being so creative and challenging us to stepping out of our comfort zone in this season. So we appreciate that. We have many roles and many skills that we work in Toastmasters. And now we come to the part of the meeting where we get our reports. And leading off this section is our general evaluator. Madam Genevieve Johnson is going to be leading us. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Yes, now the time is to see what you've done well and how we can improve. And first person I'd like to call is our Speech evaluator, are you ready, Mr. Speech Evaluator, to deliver your report, or should I start with another member? Alan. Would you please unmute your mic? Alan, you're not hearing you.
Alan, you're on mute.
You are on mute, Alan.
Alan is busy with his new cat.
Hey,
hear you, Alan, and your new cat.
Alan, look at me. Wow.
He's
My
really not here. I
team.
don't think he's hearing us.
This cat is really drawing all his attention. Alan, you are not hearing you. Okay, I'm not sure what I should be doing, but
let me see if I can unmute him.
You can probably as a host.
I'm technically the host, so in theory, I should be able to unmute. Let me see if I can.
Alan, we are not hearing you.
It says I can ask him to unmute, but I don't know what to tell him.
You are the host. You should be able to unmute him, no?
It says I can ask him to unmute, but I can't.
Okay, please do. Probably a message will pop up.
I clicked the button. I clicked the button to ask it. It should pop up, but I don't know. Alan?
I think it's
Alan,
unmuted.
yay, you're unmuted. Can you start from the beginning again?
I do apologize. This morning just happened to be so distracting. All right, where are we at?
We are delivering the report and waiting for you to deliver your speech evaluation reports.
Okay, this is speech evaluation report. Ade, first of all, I'd like to apologize. I was a little bit distracted. The cat got in some trouble. I had to see to it. So I will review the recording and send you a proper evaluation by using the feedback form. But I did hear most of it, and I would like to commend you on your use of no crutch words. And I really did feel, although I couldn't see you, I could feel that passion in your voice as you delivered that speech. I do commend you for that, because that's one of the key ingredients of being able to deliver a truly impactful speech. And the audience will definitely appreciate, or they do appreciate things like that. It does help to hold their attention. And the message, of course, is perfect. And it was so nice that just how things happen is a nice segue into the table topics piece of our meeting, where we all got out of our comfort zone to try to figure out what the heck does Carrie saying for us. And as usual, a perfect fun segment for table topics. But one thing I will say, and for everyone here, because we're an online club and we're doing things through a video camera, maybe we can all consider using like props when we're trying to prepare a speech. And those props could help us to deliver even more impactful speeches and create those memorable moments when we do these things. So I try to do it sometimes when I deliver certain speeches. Not every speech, sometimes you struggle to find something like that, but a challenge, just challenge yourself. We're giving an online speech. We are limited in our motion, we need to stick within the range of the camera. So it's mostly our face as being shown. But what else could we do to give impactful speeches? So thank you. I will listen to the recording. If you can send me that form, and I'll get that completed and send it back to you. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speech Evaluator. Thank you, Alan. And if I may, I'd like to commend Ade on her great speech. You've grown so much. There's no squabbling about your growth. And our Toastmaster of the day mentioned it. You're so confident and feel at ease. You can just follow you without any problem. Thank you for delivering a great speech. And I love the topic. Good job and keep up the good work. Now let's listen to the other team members, and I'd like to call on again Alan, who happens to double roles here, is our accountant. Alan, are you with us? Super.
I am here. Sorry, I'm using my phone and it's giving trouble to switch between the screens so I can mute and unmute. It's behaving very weirdly. Madam General Evaluator, I'd like to happily report that there were no uses of crutch words other than myself, the 4 allotted to myself, that I could have picked up today. So well done, everyone. You need to improve, Alan. Have a good, thank you.
Thank you very much. Our accountant is so generous that he ignored my crutches and my stumbling. Thank you so much for being so generous. Now it's the time for our grammarian to let us know what you've done well and how we can improve.
Thank you,
Carrie?
Madam Toastmaster.
Yes, thank you.
Oh my goodness, we had wonderful people giving us presentations today, off the cuff, very smooth. I also want to, note it that Ade gave an amazing speech. My favorite part was when she said the phrase, embrace the discomfort of growth. I mean, it's a very vivid visual of embrace, like hug the discomfort of growth. And I think about that. Sometimes when you're growing, your clothes are very snug and uncomfortable. Maybe as you grow, as you're a butterfly escaping your cocoon, that's that discomfort, and that is what and how you become more beautiful. And I think that's a lovely image in my head. I don't know if it came to everybody else, but that's how it came to me. So I want to thank you, Ade, for that lovely visual. And now I want to talk about the word of the day. You did fabulously incorporating the word of the day into all of your various speeches and installments. I would like to particularly commend Genevieve and Herelda. They were neck and neck at 3 uses each, and then Genevieve pulled ahead at the end with a 4th usage. So she is the leader for word of the day today. Herelda, very strong usage. I also want to give Ade props for getting 2 usages in, and Alan for also getting 1 usage in. And it's, of course, very sad that I, as the person who gave the word, did not use it at all. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you very much. Yes, wonderful word, and I learned something today thanks to your daughter. Please convey my message onto her, don't forget. Now I'd like to call on the timer to let us know how we did with time, how well we did with time. Madam Timer, please. Is she with us, Bernadette?
I am.
Okay, all right. Oh, sorry. I get confused with your screen.
I am. Thank you, Mrs. General Evaluator. What should I say? I am pleased to present my report at the time of this session. Time management is a vital skill in communication. And I was happy to see how most participants today stayed within their time limits, avoiding any potential squabbles with the timer. I must say that generally everything went on smoothly. We started the meeting at 12:03. We were supposed to start at 12, but we started with 3 minutes late. We had 8 participants connected when we started. We are supposed to end this meeting at 1 p.m. It's now 12:52, so we still have 8 minutes to go. The table topic is the only section where we exceeded the time by 3 minutes. Apart from that, the speech was supposed to be 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, but the speech lasted 3 minutes, 52 seconds. Apart from that, everything went on smoothly, and I would like to congratulate everyone for respecting their time. So let's keep up the good behavior we had, because time is so precious in everything that we do. Thank you. Over to you, Mrs.
Thank you very much for such a detailed report, which will help us keep up with time during our next meeting. And I'd like to conclude by summarizing everything and say that, yes, we had a great session today. We have several Toastmasters, a couple of Toastmasters wearing several hats. Our Toastmaster.
You can be connected.
Sorry, and mute yourself, Bernadette. You're seeing you doing several things at the same time. Yes, this is a Toastmaster wearing several hats, trying to connect to another meeting. And I'd like to congratulate the Toastmaster of the day for greatly introducing us through this meeting with the creative segment, introduction and presenting something. This is something we should keep definitely into the club. And also, great job keeping up with time. Our Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, good job. You had 3 roles, Zoom Master of 4. Sergeant at Arms, you welcome us, Sergeant at Arms, and Grammarian. Thank you so much. And the table topics, yes, great table topics, creative. You were asked to take on that role on the spot, and you did a great job. We had so much fun, and we didn't see the time go by. And actually, I wanted to drag it a little bit to have everyone speak. Thank you so much. And what else? The speech evaluator, Alan, good job. You are also the accountant, doubling roles. Thank you. We're a little bit distracted by your cat, but you understand the cat is new and is taking all your attention. I'm sure that next time the cat will probably be happy joining our meeting as well. Thank you. And I think that we all heard it. We all heard the reports, and we see where we can improve next time. I'm not going to take up much of the time, and I'll end it there and we'll congratulate everyone. Good job to our speaker who delivered an incredible speech. And I love the topic, stepping out of our comfort zone. This is all it's about, growth. And it's the only way, or one of the way for us to grow, to learn, grow. This being said, good job, thank you, and I'll hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day to end the meeting. Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. What a fantastic job today. We learned about everything new about each other, from Alan's cat to the untimely passing of Bernadette's daughter. And in between, we stretched our vocab as we stepped outside our comfort zone. 1 hour, fun, frolic, and new words. We had a fantastic time. And in this Christmas and holiday season, I want to wish each and every one of you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. May all your dreams come true. Santa comes straight down your chimney, even if you don't have winter. And over to you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'd like to thank you again, every one of you. And before I end this meeting, I'd like to call on our guests to, are they still with us? Yes. Colette, would you please briefly share with us your impression of this meeting?
I'm very happy to pass this moment with all the person who is there. And I think the proximate month, I will be there.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now let's see if Grace.
Yes, I'm there. So
Yes, can you please share? Yes, introduce yourself and then.
So I'm grateful to be here to the Toastmaster, and I will be there for the next Toastmaster. And I think that it's a great idea for me for begin another experience for challenge me. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we have another guest, Bahati. Bahati, can you please share with us your impression of this meeting?
Yeah, it was lovely hearing all the speakers and how eloquent everybody is. And I'll definitely be joining the next session. Thank you.
Wow, 3 promises. I think what a great gift you're receiving at this end of the year. We were expecting visitors, and now we have 3 guests, 3 promises, and 3 prospective members. Unfortunately, our vice president for membership is not here, but I'll make sure that I'll convert to her this message and share with her your email addresses, and she'll be reaching out to you. This being said, I think we are coming toward the end. It's the end of the meeting. And I'd like to share some news with you, some announcements for our club. So I'd like to say that this is our unique meeting of this for this month. Usually for our guests, we meet the 1st and 3rd Thursday of the month. But this time, because of the season, many people will not be available. So we will just have this unique meeting. And our next meeting is scheduled for January 2nd. Challenging still because people will still be in the holiday mood, but we'll try and make it, and we'll come back after the holiday season refreshed. And yes, that's, I'm not going to share anything about membership payment and everything because we are celebrating the holidays. And I wish each and every one of you happy holiday season. Enjoy this time, share the joy and the happiness around you, and we'll see you next year.
Can I say a few words before you close, Madam
Please
President?
do. Yes, please go ahead.
All right. Yes, in regards to our next meeting, January 2nd, we probably should do a survey like as we did for our meetings, and we will share that with all the guests who came to last year, so everyone knows. I'd also like to extend congratulations to Geraldo on getting the Triple Crown Award for District 36. She completed 5 levels, and this was new to me. I attended the leadership meeting training yesterday, and I first heard about this training. This new award, where any member, once you complete 3 levels, you gain recognition. So Geraldo actually completed 5. The most within our district that I saw. Our district director, Maria, she sent that email to us. So congratulations. And I want to challenge everyone, myself included, to become all Triple Crown awardees before the end of this year. So guys, I know we can do it. I know we can do it. So hey, here we go.
Yes, thank you so
Wow,
much, Alan. And I want to echo that each of us can do it. It requires a little bit more commitment. New Year is the time when we start setting goals. So it's not too late to set that goal right now and see how many awards you can get.
Thank you, Madam VP Bia, and you are really setting the tone. Nice way to end the year, and this is the time to take good resolution, and I join Alan and do the same and try and complete at least 2, probably not 3, but I'll try and do 2. Let's get started there. So thank you, and see everyone, including the guests, next year. Enjoy the holidays. I adjourn this meeting. The guests may